But welcome in another episode of the Goodman, Hummel, and McCall pod. We are here on a Thursday afternoon, and chaos has hit college basketball, continues to hit college basketball. The latest, Charles Bediako, who played 2 years at Alabama, then put his name in for the draft, went undrafted, has played in the G League, is 23 years old, 23, and is coming back to Alabama. They got a temporary restraining order through a local judge in Alabama. And for the time being, and my sources say he is going to play Saturday, unless something crazy happens, guys, and something else comes down, like Greg Sankey of the SEC basically calling Greg Byrne or Nate Oates at Alabama and saying you can't play him or don't play him. And there are a lot of coaches in the league right now in the SEC that are pissed off. Trust me. Yeah. But Nate Oates is, according to my sources, going to play Bediako. And they have a hearing next Tuesday. So can play him Saturday. Then we'll see what happens Tuesday for the rest of the season.
If they rule him, if this judge then says he's ineligible, do they forfeit the game?
We don't know. Yeah, we don't know right now. I think they called the NCAA. Alabama did, from what I'm told, just to kind of get a feel for what the committee could do to them. And I'm sure their thought is, you know what? Yeah, if we have to forfeit one game.
Who did they call too? Like who in the NCAA do you call?
Probably Dan Gavitt.
1-800, like what 1-800, like NCAA, like you guys, like what are you doing? Like we have no idea what to do because there's no leadership. We have no idea. Like 1-800, like call the NCAA. Like seriously, like who are they calling?
McCall hates Charlie Baker because Charlie didn't support the UMass program enough when Charlie was the governor of Massachusetts. So McCall's very upset.
I'm not saying that. Like, listen, I didn't win enough games at UMass. I didn't win enough games to keep my job.
Yeah,
but COVID, like shutting our team down when we were like trending in the right direction. Like, come on. When the hockey team was like practicing in my neighborhood on an outdoor
he's just upset that Charlie never made the trek all the way to Amherst to watch the Minutemen.
No, he didn't.
That's what he's upset
about. He was shaking the hockey team's hand like when they won the national championship, and they're practicing in my neighborhood on a pond.
Spreading COVID.
Good spreading COVID. Right? Like, and they had a mask on. Like, celebration. Let's just shut your team down.
They have hockey gloves and a mask and pads and all that. They were safe. They were safe playing hockey.
Jeff, is it true? I read this morning that Nate Oates a week ago was critical of the Najee taking. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I think he was. I mean, I saw the quotes. I didn't hear him, but yeah, I did see that. I think here's the deal, guys.
But that makes this way worse.
But everybody can be that way. Everybody can be that way until they have an opportunity.
Well, yeah, because if it self-serves your team and
they're all like that. But everybody's like that, aren't they?
I guess, but I don't know. This is a train wreck, and if this goes the way that it could, we are screwed for what your roster looks like NBA draft wise. We're not going to know. There'll be guys declaring, not getting drafted, coming back. Like it. What? How do we not have any guidelines? How do we not have any rules?
Here's the one difference. Let me say between James Najee and
no, Bediako. I know what the differences are. I'm just saying that.
But you want to say that? But the difference isn't. You're going to say it's international, and it is international compared to a kid who played in college. The difference that the NCAA is going to try to lay its case on is the fact that Bediako did not withdraw from the draft in time, so that makes him ineligible. That's the difference, where international players don't have that same rule, obviously, because they're not playing in college. I understand it's semantics. It's kind of stupid, but that's what the NCAA is trying to kind of
But like, don't you think we're trending towards, too, like, oh, I'm just going to jump in the transfer portal and change schools midseason? Like, what are we doing?
What about trades? Yeah. I thought about it last night. Why can't there be a mid-season trade between two teams?
Other than the academics, I guess. How can you get into school? Like, that would be the only
academics.
Right.
Academics, like Beck the other night, but like he was like, I haven't gone to school in 2 years. I haven't taken a class in 2 years.
This is
playing the
honestly
national championship football game.
Well, the
It's
kid,
awful.
we talked to the kid, Testa Ritter. Okay, he's in Virginia. He's turning 23, by the way, next week. He's deemed a freshman, and he hadn't gone to school in 4 years. He said that to us. It had been 3 or 4 years. He's from Belgium, hadn't gone to school in 3 or 4 years, now taking classes. Bediako, I'm told, this whole thing started when James Najee at Baylor got eligible. That's when Alabama started thinking about this. They had him enroll in some classes. And again, the word is he got poor advice when he did leave Alabama.
There are consequences to your actions. If he got bad advice, I feel bad for him.
Yeah.
He should not be able to come back. He has played. He made a decision. He turned pro.
Yep.
He's played in the G League as recently as December. You cannot make midseason acquisitions in college basketball. This is terrible.
Where do you draw the line?
Absolutely terrible.
Rob, where do you guys start with you, Rob? Where would you draw the line with this thing in terms of like how do you
stuff?
Yeah, all of this. Yeah, pro stuff. Like, what would you do?
I mean, I think if you're going to take European players, I'm not against the young ones coming over. Like if you have been playing for the Maccabi Tel Aviv junior team.
Yeah.
Fine. And let's say you played in 2 EuroLeague games for 1 minute, like they put you in at the end of a game. Okay. But if you're like a rotation player, like Dame Sarr was playing legitimate minutes for Barcelona, and now he's on Duke, like you're going in reverse order. You're going from the pros to college. How old is Dame Sarr? Like, is he like 19?
I think he's 20. I want to say he's 20.
But then it's just, where's the cutoff? You can play 2 EuroLeague games, but you can't play 10, or you can play 1 minute a game, but you can't play 15 or 20.
The issue.
There's no answer.
There needs to be an age limit. There needs to be an age limit, a clear-cut age limit, number one. Number two, if you played an NBA game, no chance you play college. Zero. Like that's a clear-cut line, right? The moment you check in for an NBA game for 1 minute, you are ineligible for college forever. No chance. Yeah. But then there's all that other stuff, like you're saying, McCall. Like what is it if you're playing in the G League? What's the difference between G League and mid-level? I mean, I saw the Ball brothers in Lithuania in their league. That was a shit show. I mean, that was low level basketball. That was worse.
I played some Euro Cup games in Lithuania, so respect me, all right?
No, but that was like lower. Trust me, this team.
Like Abellis was high level, let me tell you. There was a velodrome bike track around the court. I felt really good. Felt really good with myself at that moment.
Number 3, we've seen all these guys retire, but nobody's retiring. Like, name one of the legends that's like just sitting on the beach or just playing golf every single day. Like, they're not doing it.
I mean, Roy
Williams is doing that.
Yeah, Roy's playing a lot of golf. Okay. Probably more than Hummel plays in the summer.
Okay, well, Hummel's coming down here on a big time golf trip, and you're not invited. Just let's rehash
next year. There's always next year for me.
No, you cannot go. You will not be invited to Grove 23.
Even if I become good.
If you walk into Grove 23 and like MJ sees you sitting there.
Where's Grove 23 again? Where is it? Florida?
15 minutes from my house.
All right. So Hummel's invited down there. It's you, Hummel, another
Jordan
guy.
Cornette, and my guy Justin Duffy, who's a member at Grove 23. It's my guy.
What if I caddy? Can I make big money if I caddy for you?
You can caddy for me, but I'm only going to pay you 50 cents.
Yeah, you're not invited.
I'll tip you.
But anyways,
the
reason I bring the trip up, because I thought Jordan Cornette, who's coming on the trip, and you're not coming on the trip, brought up a good point. Like, why don't we have a college basketball committee with some of these guys that are no longer in the game, that left the game because they're so pissed off because of what's transpiring right now? And all right, here, we're going to get in a room. Okay. We're all going to sit around a table. Like, these are the parameters. These are the rules. This is what we're doing. Like, I'm not trying to knock Dan Gavitt. I think he's a great human being, but he needs some help.
Yeah,
he needs help in terms of and
more power.
More power and more help.
But the problem is, whoever it is, Matt, you're kind of limited right now because of lawyers and judges right now, aren't you? No matter what rule you put in there.
If you put Mike Krzyzewski, you put Jay Wright, you put and Roy Williams seems like he's having fun playing too much golf. Maybe
He might want to do that,
Williams.
but he does play.
But I'm saying, throw these guys in a room with Dan Gavin and say, let's come up with Tony Bennett. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. No, you'd have a great group.
Leonard Hamilton. And throw these guys in a room.
These too. I'm fine with
let's save college basketball. Screw what's going on in football. They have a whole separate entity. Yeah. Like Carson Beck said it the other night, he hasn't gone to class in 2 years. Okay. Let them have their deal. What are we doing with college basketball? Let's get these legends in a room with Gavitt and say, let's figure this out. Because right now, when you adding players in the middle of the season that have already played professionally,
it's out of control.
It's out of control.
But don't you think they really can't do anything unless the players collectively bargain, which will never happen because the high major, mid major, low major levels are all looking for different things.
But they have to do it. And to be honest, I think at some point,
Jeff, it's hard enough to collectively bargain with 30 NBA teams. How do you collectively bargain with 360 teams until you split off, like you said?
I think you're probably going to end up having to split off if you do. I think you're probably, because like you said, you're talking about such a small minority, the low majors, let's face it, the only big difference, they're making a little bit of money, right? They're making a little bit of money, which is fine, but they're getting poached left and right now because
they're the minors.
The money, between the money and between not having to sit a year, they have no chance of keeping. There's a kid, I love the kid, Brett Decker at Liberty right now. And he's shooting 50% from three. I saw him earlier this year. I hope Richie McKay can keep that kid, but I don't know how he can. I don't know how you can, because every high major is going to be going after this kid.
Well, look at the Chattanooga Mocs from last year. They win the NIT.
Right.
They're struggling like hell this year.
Yeah. That's a problem. You can't sustain it. You can't sustain it anymore. But now you again, for me, it's where is the cutoff now? If you allow Bediako to play, isn't everybody going to just try to get a temporary restraining order and hope the thing gets pushed back?
And they're all local judges. Oh, wow, this Columbus, Ohio judge has ruled Puff Johnson can play.
Yeah.
Shocker.
Right.
Tuscaloosa judge ruled, it's ridiculous.
And then the NCAA's got to fight every one of them, which means they got to go to court for every one of them, which means they got to send somebody. Which means they got to send somebody, pay money for every one of them. Eventually, it's almost at the point where they're not even going to be able to keep track of them all. And they're going to be like, yeah, we can't do all of them. We can't. We're just not going to. And we're going to get some former NBA dude. If J.R. Smith decided he wanted to play college golf. If he was you know what? Where was he? At NC Central?
Yeah, he was golfing. He was golfing there. Or anyone that left early, they could just be you know what? This hasn't worked out for me over in Europe. I'll go make $2 million at my old school. This is such a joke. It's pathetic.
It's tough.
Honestly pathetic. And I just can't believe that if Nate Oates went on record and was critical, and then a week later you take the player. Come on, man. I know it's if you don't take him, somebody else might.
Well, nobody's going to take him because he went to Alabama.
But do you not really stand for this if you're saying it? I just don't understand, man. For the betterment of our sport.
Well, the latest thing, I don't know if you saw it. I think Mark Pope said it, and I'm sure other coaches have said it. They said, hey, if you do this, and Pope didn't say it specifically to Alabama, but he basically said the NCAA tournament committee should do something. They should do something, or maybe the conference should do something in these cases. I don't know if legally they can. I think obviously if you're the committee, you could say, hey, Bediako played a couple games or he played the season. We don't agree with it. We're gonna hit him with a seed line or two, because that's subjective. But I don't think you come out and say publicly, hey, we're gonna hit you because you played Bediako when a judge said that they were allowed to play him legally. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I guess you're going against what the court has said. That
Correct.
They have 10 days to play him.
Yes. So they're going to say, hey, we were told we were allowed to play him, so we're playing him. And I think there's even something maybe written in the order by the judge, like, you can't do that. You can't hit him now because he's playing. You can't. The NCAA can't do that. Hold it against them.
It's so crazy.
The judge in
we see
Tuscaloosa said that?
I think it's in the written report and whatever you call it. I think so. There's some wording.
What a shocker that he'd say that. Like,
I know.
This is crazy.
You know what's amazing too is like Final Fours that have been stripped, national championships that have been stripped.
Yeah.
Like for pennies.
I mean, they used to hammer coaches. Now. You gave a ride to a kid and it was raining. NCAA violation. Or like, man, I bought a kid that literally his family has no money. I bought him lunch so he could eat. Violation. You know, like, so the point of people getting like fired for stuff like that. This is
Robbie,
a joke,
I took Brad Beal to McAllister's Deli and bought the guy turkey sub. And you would have thought that I paid for his entire family's housing.
Yeah.
You should have been suspended for years. For
what do we like? I mean, it's a joke. It's a joke.
All right, let's get on to on-court stuff. Let's get on to on-court stuff.
What a fun discussion.
It's really not. That's the worst.
It's honestly, but it's sad.
College football
which is why we should be talking about what's going on the court.
Yeah. Or the Indiana Hoosiers, or Fernando Mendoza, at least. Something positive right now.
He's moving on to the Oakland Raiders.
Did they win?
Oh, they won.
Indiana won? Oh.
Yeah, we should have had a little wager. I can't believe we didn't have some sort of wager that you would have to be dressed in Indiana garb from head to toe.
Why would I wager on a Miami football game?
Why not?
Go Raiders. Go Raiders.
You act like it was IU Purdue, like football.
Well, you're not going to wager on that unless I'm going to give you about 100 points.
You give me 70.
It's probably what you need. All right. The Purdue Boilermakers, your Purdue Boilermakers, went out west. And they played a UCLA team that has been up and down this year. They've been okay, but not great. You know, we see a lot of Mick Cronin complaining late at night. That's kind of the norm out west right now. And he complained after a win on this one, but they got Purdue. Here's my big question to you, Rob. Purdue's had a really good year. I think they've gone under the radar for the most part. They have one stinker against Iowa State at home. Other than that, they've been pretty good. But can I read you some numbers? 12.5 points and 8.9 rebounds is fine. But 12.5 points for Trey Kaufman-Renn. Fletcher Lawyer shooting 38% from three, averaging 13 points a game. Are you worried? The first was Trey Kaufman-Renn's scoring average. Are you at all worried about Purdue and kind of what's going on with
of all the stats you could take on Fletcher Lawyer? Why would you take the one that he's averaging 13 a game and shooting 38% from three? Why wouldn't you say over the last 5 games he's shooting like 10% from three?
I don't have those in front of me.
Never mind.
I don't have them.
You didn't sell that well, but yes, he's
Robbie,
not
shooting. He doesn't watch basketball.
Neither one of them. All I'm saying is
he's too worried about
football.
Indiana
going to football games.
That's all you're worried
for sure.
Too busy drinking and celebrating. No, but literally, you've watched enough of Purdue here. Can you break down for us, like, is there something going on with Trey Kaufman-Renn at all, or is it what is it?
I think he looks like he's moving in a way that he's uncomfortable. Like, I don't know if he's hurt or I know just from kind of watching it, it feels like he is uncomfortable maybe next to Clough because he had so much space down low last year at the 5. But he's also been like hesitant. You know, there were some times where he looks like he knows he's getting double teamed so he'll catch it and it's like paralysis by analysis. Like he's like surveying and then like, I don't know. He just doesn't look comfortable. Like he's overthinking all of this. The Fletcher stuff, he's getting good looks. He's just not making them. Yeah. You know, I think the bigger concern is that Purdue has had some issues, and Donovan Dent was able to expose this. Athletic guards are going to be a problem. And Donovan Dent is athletic and quick, and he end of the game. I was surprised that they hedged that screen because Donovan Dent is going to half court. He's not really looking to score. He really wants to throw it back to the pick and pop on Bilodeau. And, if you go smaller, you can switch all that, but you're afraid of the rebounding, so I get it. But it's like, I'm sure if Matt Painter could do it again, he'd be thinking, all right, if we're going to hedge, we're going under on Den on the screen, and we're going to quick hedge. Like, we're staying connected to Bilodeau, get out a little bit, and we're not giving their best shooter a step in three. Yeah. Like that's the play. Like that was, that was a little bit surprising. And I thought Clough maybe just overdid it. Like, it's like you tell him to hedge and he's thinking, all right, I got to get a really hard head. Well, you're getting so strung out that getting back is really, really hard. So, the Fletcher Lawyer stuff, he's gone through slumps before. He's a good shooter. I don't worry about that so much. I do think that Trey Coffin-Renn, this deep in the season, it is a little bit concerning that he just doesn't look comfortable next to their five-man who plays a lot of minutes, And look, there's no, like, UCLA is talented. Like, especially their starting five.
Yep.
They've probably,
and they're old.
They're old. They've underachieved a little bit to this point, and they're desperate. Like, that is their resume win, that on Selection Sunday, they will point to that game. Yep. And there's a good chance that as long as they don't just totally, kind of shit the bed here going forward against lower tier Big Ten teams, you'll point to that game and say that got them in the tournament. So, I think their best win before that was Washington, which that's not been great. So they were close against Arizona. They were close against Gonzaga, and they finally got over the hump. Like, it's just, I think for Purdue, sorry, this is so long, Matt, and then you can go. I think for Purdue, the disappointing thing is that their lack of poise down the stretch. Now, I think they felt like, or people I've seen the rumblings that Braden Smith got fouled on the first turnover. I don't know. It's hard to tell from the TV angle, but he throws it away for a layup. Another turnover, then you have the defensive pick and pop. And, the one positive was CJ Cox was awesome. He balled. He was balling.
McCall, how do you feel? We had this Purdue team. A lot of people had him preseason number 1. And again, I just feel like since the Iowa State game, we haven't talked about him a whole lot. Are they still at that level where you feel like they can win a national title or no?
Yeah, I think going through adversity is only going to help them. Like, the Iowa State game helped them. Losing that game to UCLA helped them. But this is also the Donovan Dent that we expected. Like, he finally showed up in a game. It's like, okay, like, he played at the level that we saw him win a game in the NCAA tournament last year for New Mexico.
Or like, second half of Iowa, Matt. Second half of the Iowa game, he played like that too.
Second half of the Iowa game, no question. But he's still, to Robbie's point, like, in terms of that ball screen with him and Bilodeau, it's like, make him have to make a jump shot.
Totally.
Like, we're not throwing it back to Bilodeau and allowing him to – I mean, it was a single side pick and roll. It was an empty side. So, and it was great action. Credit Mick Cronin for the action that they ran to get him that look. But it was a single side pick and roll. So there's nobody that could rotate or stunt or anybody on that side of the floor. Either go under or just switch it in that situation. But Donovan Dent playing the way that he did, I had UCLA getting to the Final Four. I'm all right, they got Dent.
Dent saw Braden Smith coming in. I mean, Dent sees Braden coming in. He better be up for that one. I mean,
I think it says more about that. But the adversity that Purdue was going through, like, Jeff, I was on the bench on the 2007 national championship team coming off back-to-back. Loss at LSU with a team that was not very good.
Yep.
I think Big Baby was out for that game, if I remember correctly. Like, he didn't even play. We didn't rise to the occasion. We lost that game. Lost at Vanderbilt. Joe Kim Noah and Kevin Stallings got into it on the baseline because Kevin Stallings wouldn't give him the ball. And then got boat raced by Tennessee at Tennessee. Like, boat raced. Like, game was never even a game, to where Torian Green and Coach Donovan are getting into it at halftime. Like, I'll never forget that. And everyone's like, well, what's wrong with Florida? Nothing. You got to go through some adversity. Like, you got to go through a little bit. I'm not concerned about Purdue. I still think I'm with Robbie in terms of the athleticism, running into a guard like Donovan Dent. But here's what Matt Painter's going to do, one of the best coaches in the country. He's going to watch that film and say, okay, we're not going to be in that situation again. On a guard that's that athletic. Like, name a really, really super athletic guard that can drill threes. No, we're just going to go under. Or jam the pick and roll where you try to lift the big and just go under and play the percentages. Like, play the percentages. Like, that's, and make them have to make deeper threes. I'm not I think the adversity is good for Purdue. I really do.
I don't know if I think they're good. I just don't know if their ceiling is quite as high as we thought it was. And Omar Meyer hasn't been great. We thought he was going to come in and be a
He's
dude.
actually played better as of late.
Better, but we thought he was going to be great. Robbie,
no, he doesn't.
We thought him coming in, it was going to be he and Braden Smith.
Okay, but Jeff, what is his opportunity to do that? Braden plays damn near the entire game. He's playing alongside him. He's a ball in his hand guard. He's finally started to make catch and shoot threes. What are you expecting him to do?
I think I expected him to take more pressure off of Braden with the ball in his hand so that Braden wouldn't be
what does Braden Smith want? What do you think he's telling Matt Painter he wants?
The ball in his hands.
Yeah.
All the time.
Because he's the best point guard in the country.
But at points in the game, don't you want to have it so Braden Smith doesn't have to do as much all game so that at the end of the game he's still got more left in his tank?
So you're asking a freshman that plays 12 minutes a game to do that?
I thought he was better. What I'm saying is I thought he was a guy that you couldn't keep him off the floor because of how good he was in international competition.
I mean, I think the bigger development would be if CJ Cox plays the way that he did at UCLA, then you can do that with him.
Yeah.
That would be the story for Purdue.
And here's the other thing with the UCLA game. How healthy was Braden Smith?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not. He doesn't.
Like he was limping against USC.
Yeah.
He was limping.
Yeah.
And he still went back out there in the game and still performed at the level that he did.
No, I think Purdue
in that game.
I think Purdue has now gone from a team where, again, they were in that top tier for me of 3 teams, and now I think they're probably in the next tier for me of the next 3 or 4 teams.
Who is your top tier? Is it Michigan, Arizona, Duke, or Houston?
UConn would be in that for me still.
UConn?
And I know they've struggled, but I'd still take UConn.
They're not even playing good right now. I know they're not. A bunch in a row, but
I think part of that is you're playing. It's harder to get up in the Big East right now. There's just not a lot of games right now in that league. There's not.
Jeff, you have some interesting thoughts.
I'm telling you. Again, we'll see. I'll take UConn. You can take Purdue in the tournament. We'll see what the bracket looks like.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm surprised that you took UConn
over Purdue.
No, I mean I'm not even saying that. I don't think Purdue has played well in a couple of weeks.
Right? Yeah, and
I think either one of those teams winning a national championship this year, none of us would be surprised. Either one of those two, if they win it, none of us would be surprised.
Michigan to me, and you just saw them, Rob. Obviously they look better against Indiana than they have over the last couple of weeks. Was that more Michigan? Because they came out and they played hard as shit early. Or was that more
It's just
Indiana?
The lapses that Michigan has started, and Dusty May has talked about it a lot. Indiana, any team with size is a bad matchup for them. They just Alexis and Reed Bailey are the fouls they're overmatched. That's a good way to put it. And the fouling that Indiana does across the board. Enright, DeVries. I mean, Tucker DeVries, it feels like every game I watch, he's got 2 fouls in the first 8 minutes of the game.
That's what it's been every game. Every game.
Yeah, and then when you're struggling to shoot, you're like, well, I'm never in rhythm because I'm always going to the bench. And I also think teams are really keying in on Wilkerson and Tucker.
Which
and
they should.
Just like, and they haven't. Indiana's offense, when you watch them against low major opponents and mid major opponents, looks nothing like what it does against. Like when they got to Minnesota, it was like, whoa, that was the first kind of, because Kansas State, Marquette, good names, but obviously not the same caliber of what they're seeing now.
Yep.
But any team with size and physical, like I just think I saw Indiana at Michigan State, I saw them at Michigan, Purdue, same thing, Illinois. I don't know how they compete with the size, the rebounding, the way that they can throw it inside, the fouling. It's going to be a struggle. And they just have to make threes.
And then without Conaway, the one guy who can
the one guy that can get downhill. Like the Iowa game showed that. So he's the one guy that can get around.
Do you want to change your clothes?
Yeah, I really should put on some Michigan gear right now. I feel like
Michigan or Arizona or maybe
I
think DeVries is going to learn from this because – look, when he was at Drake, he could play Tucker at the power forward spot. He could play him, even at the 5 spot at different times if he had to, because the physicality in that league is not the same. Goes to West Virginia, did a great job, turning that program around. But the front courts in the Big Ten, it's insane, the physicality
he's
up front.
dealing with big people at the four.
And he's going to learn from it and say, when we jump in the portal this year, like, dude, like we better get some big guys. We better get some, look at last year with Michigan in terms of Vlad Golden and Danny Wolf. I mean, those are 2 monsters.
Yeah.
Like, I know you can initiate offense through Danny Wolf. He's a monster. Right. I mean, Sam Alexis, like, think about this. Sam Alexis was at the University of Florida. He's not playing on that team right now. Who's he playing over?
Nobody.
Like, in the front court, like, Handlock.
He's their 5th. He's their 5th big.
He's their 5th big.
Right.
That's their insane, 5th big.
Right. Insane.
Think about, right? And he's starting at Indiana. Like, no, like they got to get bigger. They have to get more physical.
I think too.
It's great that they can make a 3-point shot now, but like
Tucker DeVries
have to be physical.
Tucker DeVries needed to be your 3rd best player for a team that in my opinion, you needed another guy with Wilkerson and DeVries, and that way Conaway is kind of your. And again, you took a lot of mid-major guys. You took a lot of mid-major guys that transferred up. I don't think you take that many.
Jeff, the ironic thing is that Woodson took all high major, like big name guys that necessarily didn't fit together great, but it's kind of like you went total. It's like you need to meet in the middle.
Yes. No, like, I think that is it.
Get some high major, get some mid-major
Mesh them
guys
together.
Coming up.
And get another long athletic big. Yeah. Or even a big physical big. Something else. Because
Jeff, did they make the tournament?
Last year?
No, do they make the tournament? As you're
decked
out
in
Indiana gear.
I don't think they do.
Oh.
I don't. I look at them and I'm like,
on Twitter.
Yeah, I think they don't have a resume win. I mean, they have nothing. Their best win, I believe, is Washington, right?
Yeah, they were in the same boat as UCLA,
right?
Until
they don't have a quad 1 win.
No. So how could you possibly put them in the tournament?
It does hurt them that you schedule Marquette and you scheduled Kansas State, thinking that's like.
And then you beat those teams, and everybody thinks you're really good at that point because we don't realize that Marquette's not very good and Kansas State's not very good.
As you know by now, we have teamed up with BetMGM again this season. We'll be using BetMGM lines to make all of our picks, and we will have special offers for Field of 68 fans, including same-game parlays, best-in-class live betting, and daily odds boost. If you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code FIELD to get up to a $1,500 first bet offer on your first wager with BetMGM. Here's how it works. You download the BetMGM app, you sign up using bonus code FIELD, you deposit at least $10 and place your first wager on any game, and you receive up to $1,500 in bonus bets if your bet loses. Just make sure you use that bonus code FIELD when you sign up. Make this college basketball season one for the history books. Make it legendary. And don't forget, if you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code FIELD and get your $1,500 first bet offer today.
Are you trying to follow everything happening in college basketball? It can be overwhelming. That's where the Field of 68 Daily comes into play. The Daily is your go-to source for recruiting news, game analysis, portal updates, and much, much more. For just $50 a year, you get access to the same information that your favorite coaching staff is subscribed to. Quality content can be hard to find in the college basketball space. The Daily is here to help. Make sure you subscribe today.
If you're not a member of the Field of 68's On3 community, make sure to go check us out. Get access to all of Jeff Goodman and Rob Doster's written content, including coaching carousel breakdowns, info on who is and isn't entering the transfer portal, insider recruiting information from none other than Joe Tipton, X's and O's analysis of all the teams in college basketball, and access to our message board community. A 7-day trial costs you $1. The Field of 68 on 3. Get the scoop.
Michigan, Rob.
I was going to say we needed about the fact that Yaxel Lendeborg, looks healthier. I think is definitely a good sign because that's hampered him. Now his his shooting from three has cratered, which, early on you're thinking, all right, if Lendeborg's going to shoot like this, Cadeau has made big strides as a shooter, and Indiana kind of went under on Cadeau early, and he made him pay immediately. So it's like, helping off him isn't very comfortable. Nemari Burnett is one of the great role players in the league of just guarding and shooting and cutting and offensive rebounding. And then Morez Johnson does what he does, and he's a low-volume guy, so you can kind of help off him. But if you do get Lendeborg, like, regressing shooting-wise, you will see teams start to scheme off of him, like, to help more, I think, which will be interesting because he can be effective as a crasher. Like, he can get to the offensive glass. He can, if you're not guarding him and he's got a head of steam, good luck stopping that. He's elite in transition. He's missed a bunch of layups over the stretch of him being injured. So I'm curious to see if that number kind of goes back.
But his calf, you thought he looked pretty good in person.
Yeah, I thought he was moving. Yeah, and even the coaching staff talked about how this is kind of the best that he's looked in a while. He's making strides. So
I wonder too, how hard is it, McCall, when and again, you're around that Florida team. Like, how hard is it when you're just blowing teams out over and over and over? Isn't it human nature a little bit to let up and not come out with that same energy every game and think that you can
they started with it, Jeff. Like, I think I even made the comment that early in the game, it looked like Michigan was guarding Indiana like we used to have in high school, where the JV would have like 7 or 8 guys. And there's like, dude, there's nowhere for Indiana to go.
Nowhere.
They're pressuring.
It's crazy.
There's nothing is open.
Yeah.
Like they really, it's just the lack of, the errors of communication, or all of a sudden, like, they just give up easy baskets, or like they just aren't. That would be my biggest concern. But they are a problem. And if they shoot the ball like that, I think they made
that's the key.
10 threes. Like,
that's the key.
They shoot it.
Forget it.
Man,
Forget it. They could win it all, and they're probably the favorite to win it all if they shoot it like that, Matt.
Well, how about McKinney too, coming off the bench, and like, this is a guy that was
talented.
I mean, Robbie,
top 25 player, top 25 player in his class.
This guy's like accepting of his role to come off the bench in that, like, and he just comes in and he impacts the game in so many different ways. Jeff, I said this to you the other night on the field of 68 when I was questioning whether or not you watch basketball. Because I was like, I asked Hansborough, and he didn't really respond. Hansborough was like, hey, man, have you seen a better passing big than Mara? And Hansborough was kind of like taken back. Like, he was throwing behind the back passes the other day. Like,
Matt, would you trap it? I would play him straight up. Would you trap him?
I would play him straight up because I think he's too good of a passer.
He wants to pass. He can score, but he wants to pass.
He wants to pass. So why would double bad passers? Like, double guys that can't pass. But literally, like, I just think when you...
Can I answer your question? Can I answer your question?
What is it? What
your question was, have you seen a big man who passes like that?
Yes.
I mean, maybe like Sabonis. Maybe Sabonis. And
that's pretty high praise.
I'm saying.
I think Sabonis is probably a better passer than Mark.
He is, but at Gonzaga,
I don't know, man.
I don't think he was like this. At Gonzaga, he wasn't like this.
I thought you meant Arvydas.
No, Arvydas is like 50 years ago. We never saw Arvydas when he was healthy. We saw him in Portland.
Rob, there was a game
he was hobbling around in Portland.
I didn't think you were talking about his son. I think you were talking about Arvydas.
Kevin Love
Rob, you may have been doing the game
Domus.
with the guy. Like, I forget the game. This was probably 3 or 4 weeks ago, and he like threw like a lob pass. Like, he threw a lob.
They did. They threw it in the post and they back screen. He just threw it up, and Morez Johnson just hammered it.
Yeah, like, come on.
Yeah,
but
he's a good passer.
because of what they did when they get in close games. We're like, what's wrong with them? Nothing. Right. Nothing is wrong.
I know, and it's probably good for them. Wrong. It's actually good for them that they were in all these close games.
Like
because
I said about Purdue, go through some adversity, lose at home to Wisconsin. By the way, is really good.
They hit 15 threes. Like Michigan had some breakdowns, but they also had a guy, Wisconsin, that was shooting
out of his
18% from 3, hits 5. Now he's but that's still a lot had to happen for Michigan to lose that game. Wisconsin had to and they did it. But
Blackwell and Nick Boyd.
All right, can I ask you guys a question? Because I'm doing these job rankings that McCall has ripped on me for. Okay, the Big Ten will come out next week. I'm not going to tip off
that literature.
I'm not. F you. Give me who you guys right now. Who would you guys, if you had to rank the best program in the Big Ten right now?
To take the job?
Yeah, like what's the best job in the Big Ten? It's really close. I'll tell you that right now. I'm not going to tip off who it was, but I'm going to tell you it is 1 through 4 are actually very, very close.
Yeah.
Who wants to start?
Are you in terms of like if the job was open, what job would you take?
Sure, we can go that way. Like just pick whatever job you think is the best job. Is what?
I don't want to go to Purdue and follow up what he's doing. I would never do that.
Yeah.
Like thinking about it, like the expectations that Matt Painter has created there are unrealistic. Indiana hasn't. I mean. And Michigan State, same thing. Like, do you want to go there and like follow him?
Is that being included in this though? Like,
not really. Or are you
saying
part of it?
You're saying like facilities, tradition, history, money, right?
Money, and money will go number one.
Well, then I think Indiana is the best job. I would think with the people that support their athletic departments, their tradition, their history, I would say that Indiana is the best job in the Big Ten.
McCall?
I would have to agree.
They are not.
I would say Indiana.
One. They're not number
Michigan?
one. They're close. They're very close. You hit it. You got it. Yeah, Michigan. Yeah. Michigan's
because
one.
They have money like that?
They have money and the brand. The brand is strong.
The Jordan brand?
Even in basketball?
Yeah. That again, this comes from coaches within the league.
Yeah.
Polling like 20 coaches, assistants and head coaches.
Who was 3 and 4? Illinois, Michigan State?
You got it. Yeah, and Purdue was 5, I believe.
Is Ohio State high, or
I think they were like 6.
They're kind of interesting, actually, because they do have a lot of pros, but they also have some cons too.
Yeah, well, the cons are nobody cares until after
Jeff, let me ask you this though. In terms of Michigan, and you're polling the coaches,
correct?
How much is it? Dusty May is winning.
Yeah, it helps.
And he's a young guy, and everyone's looking at him like, are they like, well, he's got more money than anybody. Like, and they're assuming that he has more money than anybody. Like, nobody knows how much money anybody has.
No.
So it's like, that's the best job. I mean,
he's got money.
The guy's winning.
I mean, again,
he has money.
I
understand.
Illinois has money. Purdue has money this year. Yeah. Michigan State has more money than people think. Indiana has money. Yeah. All those Big Ten schools.
But to me, money. Like thinking like Michigan is and I get the brand, I get the Jordan brand, I get the logo.
Again, I don't.
But would they have said it? Would they have said it?
No.
2 years ago before he got there.
Of course not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, I mean, but again. Juwan Howard, if he had the job, even in this day and age, he's probably not getting the money like Dusty got the money. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he can through agents or something like that. Maybe he could get some money. But, yeah, I again, those 4, really, really close between those 4.
I'm shocked Maryland's not up there.
No, they're much lower. Much lower. I agree.
Hasn't Under Armour's kind of demise probably really hurt them?
Probably.
Yes, killed them. Iowa low. We'll go through them next week. Next week, we can go through them all.
Can't wait.
In depth.
That article.
It's a great article. Great article. Some of us are out here grinding.
I didn't know that you write and cover stuff. I thought you just
I do it all.
Eat, party, go to the beach, play pickleball, go to Florida.
A lot of partying going on these days. A lot of winning.
Write that article when it starts snowing in Charleston next week.
We got Indiana football. We got
outside.
My alma mater, Arizona basketball, number 1. We got the New England
you don't
Patriots.
Talk about it anymore. You don't.
New England Patriots.
You don't talk about them.
Drake May. I mean,
you know what's crazy though? All these people hate you. The Arizona fans hate you. The Indiana fans, they probably hate you.
No, they've come around.
Patriots fans, they probably hate you too.
I had a lot of good Indiana fans coming up to me. Well,
saying what? Shouldn't you be covering basketball right now? Why are you at this game?
There were no games. There were no games that night.
You always say that. You just trash our sport.
There were no games.
There are other insiders in college basketball. I like them a hell of a lot more than I like you because they love everybody. They love low majors, mid majors, high majors.
Just read this, Ralph. Just read this. All right. All right. McCall wanted to finish on a little Patino versus Patino matchup this weekend with a lot on the line, and it should be entertaining. It would have been better, obviously, if Xavier had held on against and won that game against Creighton. Now they come in, man, I don't know how Richard.
Was that not the craziest ending to a game we've seen this year?
Wow.
Creighton has had some wild games.
Yeah.
They have.
Like a free throw block out, and then the
just the way he right. It wasn't like a free throw block out where he goes in and he like tips it over. It was like a scramble. He gets the ball and makes a crazy shot to win it.
Dude, I know it didn't go in, but how about the pass from the Xavier dude?
Are you kidding me?
That was like
that was the greatest pass I've ever seen. Talk about a guy that can
awesome.
pass. Like we're talking about Mara.
That was shit.
I just think it shows you what Richard's doing, because from a talent standpoint, you can't tell me that they're not in the top half of the Big East in terms of talent.
No, they only have about 5 and change. They probably 5.5 million.
But I thought the narrative, and I heard this from, well, I don't want to say who I heard it from, but I was
the other
told,
insiders? Was it another insider?
No, not an insider, a better source than an insider. But that with the rev share at non-football schools, that you would have a lot of money. So how do they not have a lot of money if that's the case? Or is that wrong?
No, I think they did. When he took the job, I think that was the number. And then when everybody else got the bump, remember last year, the number kind of went up. He didn't get that bump that like Will Wade got at NC State when the number went up. He stayed at the number.
The rev share number went higher, or what do you mean? What's the bump? I'm not familiar with the bump.
When everybody else started spending more money. When the numbers inflated.
How do you spend more money?
Because last year you could do it. Remember last year, rev share, you could front load everything.
So the start of this year, you could still front load.
Correct. That's how they did it last year. Gotcha. So that's how they did it.
And so this is like the highest. This is still the highest spending NIL year we'll probably ever see, because
don't say ever, because we have no idea.
Depending on if the Deloitte shit actually is real, I guess. But
yeah, and there's going to be other ways of getting around this. Let's be honest. We know we've already
the backpack of cash.
Well, I don't know. Did you get a backpack of cash?
I didn't get shit.
What'd you get?
Cream cheese.
You got a hamburger?
Cream cheese in my bagel. Well, I got a T-shirt one time from a school that was recruiting me. That was probably a violation.
Who was that?
They should have. I won't rap.
Turn yourself in.
I'm surprised that they didn't literally suspend me for like 3 seasons for that.
I mean, imagine all the illegal shit McCall did. He's already talking about sandwiches for Bradley Beal. That's
I bought him a turkey sandwich when he was a freshman, and you would have thought that I gave him a bag full of cash.
Did you give Joakim Noah all his weed? Were you his weed supplier?
Here we go.
Wow. Look at.
Can we get back on task here and talk about
Goodman?
All right, let's go back.
Like, can we?
Rick Patino going for his 900th game, and it happens to be against his son, Richard Patino, this weekend. It is really cool, and I love their relationship. I haven't checked Twitter yet today, but guaranteed they will go back at each other. And Richard makes fun of his dad, and his dad kind of goes back at him. It's actually really entertaining.
Do you know what? So we had them the other night, and so the games that air on NBC or Peacock, whatever the last game is of the night, we normally interview the winning coach. And we've had Hurley, we've had them all.
Yeah.
We've never gotten Patino, Big Patino. For whatever reason, he goes straight to the locker room. He doesn't want to talk to us.
It might be you, Matt. You never know.
It's probably me. I'm in the family. I mean, I'm in the coaching.
You're in the very extended family.
I'm in the tree. I'm in the tree.
The tree is like
I want to.
Branch. You're a branch that's literally like falling off to the side.
You're not on anybody's branch, so let's just talk about that. Okay, you're on it. But I wanted to ask him because it was the Villanova game. And they beat Villanova, and they ran through them in the second half. Hopkins and Zubiak were terrific.
Yeah.
They're trying to play through those guys more without a point guard, which makes a lot of sense. But I wanted to ask, I didn't like when I was at UMass and Anthony Grant is standing on the other sideline. I hated it. Like, I wanted to ask Coach Patino, like, playing against Coach Willard, who was on your bench and, a part of championships with you and so much stuff. Like, you're doing this against your son.
I know.
Who he's not fighting for his job right now, but if it was at that point in time, like, how do you feel? Because I felt like shit. When I beat Anthony Grant at UMass my first year, he lost, and we beat him twice that year, like, I felt like shit.
Yeah.
And then, like, it doesn't feel good when you have such strong ties and relationships when you're in this business and you're fighting for it and you're chasing it.
Yeah.
Like, I really want to know, like, it's your son, and you're going for your 900th win.
I think they keep it loose. I think that helps.
Which I think
they keep
you
it
have
loose
to.
with each other. But you're right. Like, the good news, for Rick, the good news for Rick is, like, again, he's playing with house money at this point, right? But for Richard, you're right. Like, it's your first year at Xavier, but Richard's built different. I
know. Yeah, he's
built totally different. Robbie, what do you got
and
this
doing
weekend?
a hell of a job, by the way.
What do you got this weekend?
Michigan State, Maryland, which could be
blowout.
Hopefully Maryland, David Coit goes for 40. Otherwise, it could be
blowout.
It could be tough. And then
former Northern Illinois standout.
Yeah. Sunday, I got Wisconsin, USC. Monday, I've got Timberwolves and Warriors. And Tuesday, I've got Indiana, Purdue. Big 4 days for me.
You got Indiana, Purdue Tuesday. Got it. Yeah. Oh, so you will be there days after the parade. You're going to miss the parade.
I'm sure they'll bring the trophy in.
I hope they do. I mean, I hope they bring the trophy. I hope they bring Sig right next.
They should have brought the football team in. They should have brought them in when they were playing against Nebraska, and they had a lead at the half.
I don't care about that game. I don't care about that because all I was focused on was the Bears, which also shattered my heart. So
yeah, I mean, it's been a tough stretch for you. It's been a tough stretch. Indiana wins the national title. The Bears lose in heartbreaking fashion. You can't golf because it's going to snow.
No, he's golfing.
It's 70 degrees here today. It's 70. I might go out and hit some balls.
I can't wait for Charleston to be inundated with ice and snow. So
Good luck in your town with snow and ice.
We'll be okay.
There's no snow plows. There's no
shovels. It warms up fast.
I don't even have a coat. I don't even have like a winter coat. I left it back at my parents.
You might want to go buy one.
Oh, it is kind of troubling, but it's all right, Rob. It's all right, Rob, because who's your daddy? You
know what, Jeff, did I practice on any of those teams? Did I put in countless hours of film trying to – no, so it doesn't matter. Neither did you, so you shouldn't be that happy about Indiana. You didn't even go there. You didn't go to that school.
Can I say this, though? Here is one thing, though.
When your school is the number one team in the country, too. Let's just talk about it. Let's throw it back.
Because I got to be objective about men's basketball. I can cheer. It was cool. I will say this. And you guys, I don't know how much.
Hold on. Right. This is about to be the dumbest thing we've ever heard. Keep going.
I'm just going to say, like, I haven't really gone to games as a fan very often. Okay. Like, I will equate this to the 1997 national title game, Arizona. For me as a fan, being able to actually cheer, because I don't really do it. You can't do it in men's basketball, obviously. There's really no other sports team that I grew up that, like, a die-hard fan of. So this was kind of cool for me to be able to do. I'll say this. At the end of the game, like, I don't know how people do it. Like, it is stressful as shit to sit there and, as Miami's driving down the field – like, I don't know how fans do it every game.
All those late nights at, Nick's and those bars for you, it just built that love up, Jeff.
Yeah, you know what's amazing, too? It's like, just bring me another tall beer. Like, the guys, like, walking down the aisle of the national championship game.
What is your connection to Indiana?
I'll take one.
Yeah, you've written
I was there.
You've written a check for your daughter?
I've been there since the old days when they were really struggling. I've been through it. I've been through it with them. So I saw them come from the bottom.
Through what?
I saw them come from the bottom to the top. Like, come on. This was
through.
You can't tell me you
Mike Woodson. He hated you. Like through what?
You can't tell me you cared that much.
It was mutual. It was mutual. All right.
Like through the struggles of what? The football team? You never watched Indiana football until they got good.
No,
You're
that's
a fair
not
weather
true.
fan.
Not true.
You're a fair weather fan.
Multiple games when they sucked.
Name their best player before this last two teams. Who's the best football player?
Antoine Randall L.
Damn it. All right. Or defensive player.
It's only because he saw him at the game.
Yeah, best defensive player. I don't know who's their best defensive player.
Probably Adewale Agunleye.
Yeah, maybe. That's true. Only one reason you know. All right. Listen, thanks for joining us, guys.
What's that reason? Why don't you tell everybody? Why would that be?
I don't know. It sounded good. All right.
That's
good
actually
night.
true. He played for the Bears.
Good night. Right. That's what I thought.
I thought you were actually on to something.
I was. Okay, Rob, go get your shovel ready. All right, go get your shovel ready.
You too. You should get your shovel ready.
I don't need a shovel. It's gonna melt. If it snows in Charleston,
Jeff Goodman.
It's gonna melt right away. It's gonna melt right away. Now, Rob, here's my question to you. You live in like a penthouse suite? What do you live in Chicago? Do you have to shovel?
A shack to humble myself.
Do you have to shovel?
No.
Clean off the car. You got to clean off your car?
No.
Oh, you have a garage. It's in a garage. So literally, your sorry ass is just gonna. What are you gonna be holed up in your?
I hope the flags behind you are frozen when you come back. I hope you forget to take the double-sided tape off the concrete. Okay, and but make sure you cover your furniture too. Okay.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna build a nice fire by hand because I'm that resorceful in the fireplace.
Sure
That's
you will.
What I'm gonna do.
Sure you will. Use it with build that fire with all the wood you got from your blackjack money that you won or your roulette money that night in Vegas.